Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Uneducated Gambler. On today we're going to focus on session 4 of my cruise vacation ship prep. Now this is going to be session 4. Now I recorded this video 2 times, but for some apparent reason I recorded it one time and I made a total profit of like $420, but for some apparent reason when I went to go upload the video, it just wouldn't upload, so I had to delete it because it's something with the Wi-Fi. It's just something. I tried it about 15 times, it still wouldn't upload. So I redid the video again, and I only won $91. I was trying to upload the video, and for some apparent reason, it did not want to upload. It's giving me an error saying storage space or something. I have an older iPhone. I know I need to invest in a more up-to-date iPhone, but this what works for me. And to give you the proof here, this was the rolls. I did it on Halloween morning, and I had $404 in profit. These was the rolls right here. And then I had to redo it again, and these was the rolls right here, and I only had $91, so we're going to start off all over again. So if you watch the 4-3 sessions, I'm practicing to get myself ready for my cruise vacation to play craps. Now I have $5,000. In the first 3 episodes, I lost $1,000 total. So this is an initial other $1,000, so I'm gonna have $3,000 to back this. And again, keep in mind when you're on a cruise ship, you have 1 and 2 times odds. Also, you have minimums of either $10 or $15, and the table max is usually $500 or $1,000. So be very wary how you try to capture your losses back. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm using a dice set 2442. Also, I'll be using a dice set 2112, okay? Now, when I'm shooting, so I won't lose if I'm not hitting any points, I will play the do-we-don't, okay? The only way you can lose on a do-we-don't if you roll a 12, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Now, on this particular session, session 4, I'm not going to use the dice set 2442. I'm just going to use a random roller where I'm just going to shake it up, toss the dice, okay, for the whole episode. So let's go ahead and get started. Dice out. And that is a 5-2-7. 5-2-7. Now I go 2 or 3 hits and I'm down. That's a no roll. No roll. Now the surface that I have here is a matte surface, so it gives a lot of bounce. Dice out. Yeah, that's a 5-1-6. 5-1-6. So we're going to start off with 66 inside. 66 inside. And as we play, we elevate our bets up in accordance to how we do, okay? Six is the point. Here we go, dice out. That is a 3-1-4, no help. 3-1-4. Dice out. And that's a 6-3-9. 6-3-9. So 15 pays 21. 21. We're going to put 15 on a 10. We're going to rack 6. So 9. Dice out. Now we're rolling a lot of 6s. We have a hard 6, point hit. Okay, 18 pays 21. 21, put 15 on the floor, take down 6. 6 hard. Here we go. Dice out. 5, 1, 6. 5, 1, 6. Point is 6 again. Dice out. And that's a 6, 2, 8. 6, 2, 8. So 18 pays 21. 21. Now that's my 3 hits. So now I'm going to tell the dealer to take me all the way down. Keep in mind, we're still trying to recoup our losses, our $1,000 loss we had in the total of the first 3 sessions. Now, I would feel comfortable leaving my money out there if I was setting the dice, but on a random roll, I'm not going to do that. I just don't feel comfortable. Dice out. And that's a 4, 1, 5. 4, 1, 5. Dice out. And that's a yo 11, 6, 5 yo. 6, 5 yo. So yo 11. Dice out. And that is a 5, 3, 8. 5, 3, 8. For some apparent reason, since I took my money down, you already know that that's when you're going to roll the most numbers. Well, take that back. 4, 3, 7. 4, 3, 7. Okay, so we lose the pass line, but we win the don't. So that's how it balances out, guys. So on that particular shooter, as a random roller, we rolled 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 numbers. 9 numbers. That's pretty good for a random roller, but will it last? I doubt it. Dice out. That's a 6, 1, 7. 6, 1, 7. So that's 2 7s in a row. So we're going to do a minimum $18, 6, and 8. Okay. So since I'm going to be on Princess Cruise, the minimum is usually $15 and the max is $1,000. Okay. So that's a 7. Dice out. And that is a 3, 2, 5. 3, 2, 5. So now we're going to do 66 inside. 3, 2, 5. Random rollers, those dice hit those 7s fast. Ace deuce get loose. That's an ace deuce. Here we go. Ace deuce. That's a 3. There's no help. Dice out. Now also I would keep the video to a minimum of maybe 20 minutes. 415 just so I can get the video and also to keep you guys going. Okay, so 15 pays 21. So that's 21. We're going to put 15 on the 10 and rack $6, okay? Now, if you're new to the channel or you've been watching my channel for a while and you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, notification button, share the video with family and friends, okay? If you don't know how to play craps, you know I have interesting content. Okay, 6, 4, 10. So the point is a 10, 6, 4, 10. That's a 10, which is the point. Dice out. Okay, ace deuce. Now, how many of you, if you play craps, if you just shake them and throw them and let it be? If you do that, can you tell me how good your trips to the casino usually are being a random roller, okay? If you're making money. Okay, that's 538. 538. 18 pays 21. 21. We're going to place 15 on a 4. Rack 6. Okay. To me, this way is almost like a typical way that crap players play when they're betting. Average, they play on the inside, and then they start spraying outside, and then they start collecting, and then they start pressing. Snake eyes. That's 2. Dice out. That's going to be 426. 426. 6 pays 21. 18 pays 21. So we give the dealer back $4 here. And what we're going to do is we're going to tell the dealer to take our bets down. That was our 3rd hit. It's our 3rd hit. Okay, that was a 6. So far, shaking them up, rolling them out, you know, that's a 6-5 yo. You know, you're getting longer rolls, 6-5 yo. But the dice could be on another level today. Okay, that's going to be a 5-4-9. 5-4-9. Dice out. That's going to be a 3-1-4. 3-1-4. Even as a random roller, you want to try to at least roll 6 numbers, okay? That's how you can make money. 3-1-4. 3-1-4. At some casinos, they don't even want to let you set the dice. My thing is, that is a biased casino. If you go to a casino and they won't allow you to set the dice, that's bias. 6-3-9. 6-3-9. Okay, I understand it's a game, but at the same time, you're risking your money just like they're risking theirs. Okay, and they already have rules in place that puts them at an advantage before you even roll the dice. 4-1-5. 4-1-5. So to me is that they're just trying to take all advantage away from you so they can guarantee a win and you lose. It's just like going to the casino and just say, here you go guys, here's my $1,000 I was going to play. Just hand it to them and that's it. That's 5-3-8. Casinos are not the way it used to be. They made a lot of profit back then. Now it's just unbelievable greed. Okay. As 6-4-10 point hit. 6-4-10 point hit. So that's 2 points. And since I'm rolling random, I'm just going to play the don't. Okay. Because I'm rolling random. I don't think that a random roller can roll a lot of numbers. You know, that's just me. 6-2-8. 6-2-8. Here we go. Dice out. Oh, that's going to be a 5-3-8. Yep, the minute I put that money out there, 5-3-8 point hit. It's like those dice. No, lose $15 on the don't. So now we're going to go $25 on the don't. $25 on the don't. That's an 8 hit. A repeater. Dice out. That's a hard 6. Now keep in mind, if I'm a random roller, shaking them up, throwing them, and I'm rolling a lot of numbers on one roll, and I make a lot of money, 6 hard. If I make a lot of money, I'm not going to assume I'm going to do the same thing on the next roll. It's not going to happen. Look at this here. 5-1-6. Tell you about these dice. 5-1-6. Okay, so I lose 25. So now what I'm going to do is say, forget this. I'm going with 100. because that's 4 unique points that was hit. And I'm going to go ahead and bet the field for $15 because that was 4 9-fields. Dice out. Okay, that's a 9, 5, 4, 9, 5, 4, 9. So 15 in the field pays 15. So we're going to give the dealer $10 back. Rack all this. So it's a 9. Kid you not, I just don't believe. You have 4 unique points that was rolled. That's going to be a hard 4. Hard 4. 4 hard. Dice out. That's a 6, 2, 8. 6, 2, 8. 6, 2, 8. Now I'm not getting nervous because at the end of the day the 7 rolls 6 times. See, there we go. 6, 1, 7. You're kind of late, buddy, to the game. 6, 1, 7. Kind of late. So we had 100 on the don't, which pays 100. So we're going to rack that. Okay. So that was 4 unique points. So if you was playing a fire bet, if they offered a fire bet, you'd have made some money. All right. Now we're going to go back to our do we don't. Now on that particular random roller, we rolled 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23. 23 numbers. That right there is not, that doesn't happen on a random roller. Dice out. Kid you not. People that just pick up the dice and chunk them, that doesn't happen. 23 numbers. Then the first random roller was 9 numbers. That doesn't happen. 6, 2, 8. We're going to go back 66 inside. Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead. Yep, we're going to keep 66 inside because we're already in profit. I was going to go ahead and use all the profit to actually take a stab. All right. So the point for our third roller shooter is 8. Here we go. Dice out. Okay, that's going to be a 5, 1, 6. 5, 1, 6. 18 pays 21. 21. Take 15. Go to the 10. We're going to rack 6. That's 6. Dice out. That's 4 9-fields. Dice out. And that is a 6, 5 yo. Yo, yo, yo. 6, 5 yo. Dice out. That is a hard 4, no help. So that's 2 numbers, no help. Hard 4. Dice out. And that is 6, 4, 10. 6, 4, 10. So 15 pays 28. So that's 28. Okay, that's 28. So in that situation, we had 28. So we're going to pull our bets down. All right. If I'm rolling a lot of numbers, I wouldn't keep my money out there on a random roller, you know, too long because you're going to lose your money. You're going to lose your money. Dice out. You know, I would rather put my money on myself. 3, 2, 5. 3, 2, 5. So 5. Dice out. Okay, that's a 6, 2, 8. It's awesome. 6, 2, 8. 6, 2, 8 point hit. All right. Dice out. That's a 5, 4, 9. Now see, this is making me a believer of random rollers. I'm not going to bet because They're rolling numbers. Random rolls is rolling more numbers than myself when I'm setting the dice. That's a 6-5 yo. 6-5 yo. Dice out. And that's a 6-2-8. 6-2-8. Dice out. That's a hard 4. Hard 4. Now, if you don't know, you can tell that I am not a hardcore gambler. I just see that there's an edge playing in craps, and the possibility of making money is great, okay? 5-2-7. 5-2-7. Okay? So now, we're going to stop there, keep this video short and sweet, and go from there. So on that particular shooter, we rolled 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 numbers. That is crazy. So here are the results right here. First shooter, 9 numbers. Second shooter, 23 numbers. And the third shooter, 11 numbers, okay? So if I made $100 or so, I am happy. I'm not going to be greedy because eventually the tables will turn. It's always good when you start off playing table games where you start off winning. When you start off losing, the only thing you're doing is trying to recoup your losses to get to even again, because that's how it's structured, okay? You have to have discipline. So we had an initial $1,000 buy-in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 500. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 1,000 right there. So here we had 50. You see here. So 1, 2, 3. That's 75. That's 100. So we're going to give this 4. And we had 1, 2. This here. Okay. What we have here. 1, 2, 3. That's 5, 5, 5. Okay, let's get another quarter here. That's going to be another quarter. All right, guys. So here we go. So we have 500. That's 1,000. So this is our initial buy-in, our second $1,000 initial buy-in. So we profit 100. That's 200. 75, 25. So that's 200. 200. 25, $250. So on that particular shooter, we profit the 3 shooters, we totally profit $250. So we recoup $250 of our $1,000 that we lost through the episode, through sessions 1 through 3. So again, these 3 shooters were all random rollers. I was just shaking up the dice and tossing them. And we had some pretty good numbers. As you see, the first shooter was 9, second shooter was 23, and the third shooter was 11. If you have shooters that's rolling numbers, yes, you will make money, okay? That's the only way. It doesn't matter if you're playing hedging, you're going to make money if they're rolling numbers, all right? So thank you guys for watching my video. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Until next episode, I'm out.